There's a message coming through here for somebody who has been feeling particularly weepy lately. Either today, specifically, whenever this message happens to find you, or over the last few days, I'm hearing. Now, this is a timeless reading, but this is particularly relevant if you are watching this in present time, as we are currently still moving through an eclipse corridor. In fact, it ends on August 28th, 2026. Today, the day that I'm recording and posting this, it's the 25th, so we have a few days left of this, well, technically a couple days left now of this corridor. Now, if you are familiar with astrology, you know that eclipse corridors involve a lot of release, right? So these tears are likely not coming as a shock to a lot of you, but the nature of them as compared to other release cycles that you've been through in other eclipse corridors is different this time, I think. At least somewhat different. I feel where in other eclipse corridors these tears were more grief-stricken. I feel like you've definitely been through some grief recently, or revisited some grief recently, I'm hearing, and, have allowed yourself to feel the sadness over that grief. But I also feel, though, that more so, these tears have been tears of gratitude and joy, both for what you have been through, have succeeded through, and also both for what you feel coming. Whoever you are yourself a very intuitive individual. You know that you're in the first days of a brand new life, and you know that what you're stepping into is so much sweeter than what you've possibly ever experienced, or certainly than what you've experienced in a long time. I promise you I will get to these cards, but there's a lot that's just coming through the channel right now. I'm hearing that in this emotional weepy process, you have come to realize, these tears are charged with a lot of different reflections and energies and memories, but a lot of it involves your realizing that you are fully healed from certain really, really painful things that you've been through. And also, especially, I feel like a lot of you, at least, are realizing that you fully forgive yourself for certain mistakes that you made. Possibly for some of you, mistakes that involved hurting others, whether intentionally or not at the time, that had haunted you for a while. I think these things haven't really been at the front of your mind for a while, and they've been resurfacing recently. And this has led you to come to this realization that, oh wow, I really do forgive myself now, finally. Wow. And it feels so good to realize that, and to realize like what that means for you, right? Because what that means, if you're still, processing all of this for yourself, I can tell you what it means. It means that you have done the hard work that not everyone is willing to do in order to heal, learn to love yourself unconditionally, and grow into the version of yourself who you were supposed to be before the traumas changed you. You have returned to your innocence. Wow. I'm hearing, first of all, to tell you that you are encouraged right now to take some time to really sit with this revelation and really just allow yourself to absorb the magnitude of it. Understand exactly what it is that you've accomplished, because whoever you are, I know that I am speaking to a collective that has been through the worst of the worst in this life. I just know it. You have been through the worst pains. A lot of you, I think, statistically, probably either shouldn't be here. You know, I think some of you are very, very fortunate to still be living. I think others of you are fortunate to not be in jail. Or in any case, you're fortunate to not be far worse off than you are right now. You have beaten the odds, friend. You've been through so much pain, so much abuse, I'm hearing, for a lot of you. So much, just the worst kind of hardships in this life that you have seen change people for the worse forever. There are many people in this world who have experienced similar to what you've experienced, and they've allowed it to darken their spirit. And they've spent their entire lives just sitting in that darkness. That's not you, friend. It very easily could have been, but thank goodness. Thank the divine. That's not you. Where others have allowed themselves to remain stagnant, small-minded, I'm hearing as well, closed-minded, closed-hearted, you have remained open. You have remained willing to get up again and again and again and again. You have remained faithful through, like, the worst shit, I'm hearing. Like, the worst turbulence that life could throw at a person. And again, you've beaten the odds. I'm hearing that you're brand new at this point in so many beautiful ways. And I think that truth is really sinking into your heart and into your spirit at this time. Again, I'm being drawn back to those tears of gratitude. I think another aspect, another facet of those tears of gratitude also is involving your feeling just this is almost, I feel like whoever you are, you're also feeling periodically lately over the last either, 24 hours or a few days, you've been feeling this sporadic, almost overwhelming sense of profound and unconditional love just like pouring into you. I'm hearing to tell you that those are your loved ones beyond the veil. Just embracing you fully at this time, celebrating you, pouring love into you. You also have some very, very heavy hitters around you right now. In the angelic realm, I'm seeing Uriel, Michael, Metatron, Kuan Yin, and Miriam Magdala, Mary Magdalene, are coming through as well. Yeshua as well. Friend, I know this, some of you might be like, are you serious? Some of you totally jive with what's coming through right now, but others of you, I think, you're questioning, like, what, me? Why are they, little old me, why are such powerful energies focusing on me right now? Well, because friend, if that part resonates with you, I have to tell you, you are so much more than you think you are in this life. And you are stepping into that identity now. After you've finalized this release process, I'm hearing, which again, we're almost there. Just a couple more days. So I felt compelled to come on and channel with regard to this energy at this time. Again, your loved ones beyond the veil, your spirit team, and a very, very powerful heavenly host are surrounding you right now because they are ushering you into the best days of your life thus far. They are celebrating your victories. They are celebrating how far you've come with you. And they are rejoicing because you're about to see in a bigger way than you've ever experienced in this life what all of that has been for, what all of those processes have been for. With that being said, we're just going to get some general messages with regard to this energy, because I was hearing before I started recording a little earlier, we've got something to say. They just want you to know some things with regard to where you're at right now, what you're feeling right now. This heavy, just these heavy waves of emotion, tears. Again, you've either just today had like one of the heaviest cries that you've had in a long time, or you have been weeping hard off and on all day. I think for a lot of you, you're at a point where you're like a little fatigued by it all, and that's okay. By the way, if that part resonates, be very gentle with yourself, okay? Be very gentle with yourself, and don't push yourself to do anything that your body doesn't feel like it has the energetic capacity for. Just allow yourself to feel and flow with this release process that's still happening within and for you now. But with that being said, I'd like to just get into the messages now here through the cards. Dear Divine, what would you like to say to the viewer with regard to where they're at right now? Again, with this with these revelations that they are experiencing. I'm going to do a 3-card spread here. We've got the High Priestess to start us off. Wow. Page of Cups. Very, very watery energy here. Of course, with the tears, right? I'm also getting, as an aside, I meant to mention this was coming through when I was meditating a little earlier. There's definitely heavy water sign energy present within the energies that I'm picking up on right now. So you're either like a water sun sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you have it somewhere in your big 3 or somewhere else significant in your birth chart. I myself, by the way, am a Cancer sun. So, and I'll tell you for my part, or for my part in this energy, I have been weeping off and on for like a few minutes at a time all day, to the point where I was like, I was, in good humor. I was like, seriously, Spirit, can I get a break? I'm almost dehydrated at this point. I am keeping up on my water though, and if that part resonates with you too, go get a drink right now, because every time you cry, that you're releasing water from your body, right? And I think some people don't consciously consider that. Always, always, always drink a lot of water after a good cry. But anyways, I digress. Okay, so these 3 cards we have here. Page of Cups, High Priestess, Page of Cups, and the Fool. I'm going to sit with this for just a moment. Dang, this energy is so beautiful, I have to say. First of all, your intuition is more clear than it's ever been right now. It's clarifying even more as the next few days progress here. Again, if you're watching this in real time, really, again, if you're still here and the message resonates, scrap the real time comment. Just know that within the next 2-3 days, you're going to be experiencing even more intuitive and increases in your intuitive clarity is what I'm trying to say here. You are going to be, I'm saying something about the dream space here being significant for a lot of you. Some of you may very well over the next couple of nights be having some actual like prophetic dreams or prophecy adjacent dreams. I would encourage you to keep some kind of paper, a journal or a notebook or something next to your bed, and a pen, and just have those things super available when you wake up, and be sure to jot down what you can remember from these dreams, because the information is important. Take that as it resonates. Put that suggestion in your back pocket, and just keep it in mind, because I think it is definitely important for a significant handful of you here. But in addition to the divine communicating that your intuition is just skyrocketing right now. I mean, literally all three. These are like three of the most intuitive cards in the tarot. I'm also getting with the with this general intuitive powerhouse energy here. Trust your feelings. I believe a lot of you are, but this is just a reminder and encouragement and affirmation. Trust what you're feeling right now. You know, like, again, like I said earlier, you literally are in the first days of a whole new life. Full system upgrade is coming through again. That's been a thing that's been coming through frequently for this collective recently as I've been back in the saddle of channeling. But yes, trust your feelings. Allow yourself to look onward into your near future, near and extended future, with so much optimism and joy. I don't think I even need to really encourage a lot of you to honor your inner child's inclinations at this time, because I really believe that you are. I think that whoever I'm speaking to right now, this is starting to feel like just like a hype up message, and I love it. Whoever I'm speaking to right now, you have done a lot of work in the way of practicing presence and flowing with your intuition, right? That's part of your intuition strengthening and clarifying. You have been learning to really, really trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your intuitive process, even if it doesn't make sense logically in the real world, by the real world quote unquote standards. I think some of you maybe even recently have had to disappoint some people around you that you care about. But with where you're at right now, you know that you are doing right by yourself and by what the divine wants you to be doing. Trust that. Trust this new beginning that you're entering into. All the pages in the tarot are all about new beginnings, and the fact that it is followed up by the Fool just magnifies that energy. You are stepping into like the sweetest new beginning, friend. I'm telling you. Because you're finally energetically ready. Because you have done the work. You have been the willing vessel. You have been the willing student. No, you're not perfect. Yes, you still make mistakes. Yes, you're still going to make further mistakes. It's part of learning. Hey, this life, this planet that we're on, rather, is a school. It is. That's a big part of why we're here, so our souls can learn and mature and ascend to the next level they're meant to achieve in their journeys. But I'm hearing with where you are right now, in a lot of ways, you have mastered much already at this stage. You have come a long way in mastering yourself, I'm hearing. A long way in mastering your focus, your thought patterns, your perspective, your outlook. I think a lot of you used to be really pessimistic. My crown is tingling as I just came through. You all are so different from who you used to be 5 years ago. Again, I think some of you were really in some dark depths 5 years ago. Maybe all of you. And now here you are, still human, but sovereign now. Certain of your connection with the divine. Your connection with your spirit team. You're certain that while you may not have all of the answers, you will be taken care of. And that certainty is going to take you so far, further than you expect. You may not know exactly you don't know exactly what's coming to you. You definitely don't. But You know how it's going to feel. I see 144 on my time right now. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are absolutely a part of the 144,000 here, meant to play a significant role in fostering and supporting the birth of the new earth. But as I was saying, you know how what's coming is going to feel. At least you know it's going to be really good. It's going to be positive. It's going to be... I just heard replenishing. You know that more than what you need is very, very nearby, I feel. You may not know exactly what that means, but you know that everything is going to work out far, far better than okay. I'm also hearing another thing here with this spread that, well, yes, as we just touched on, you have mastered a lot on your journey already. You also are still beautifully embodying a student's heart, I'm hearing. Keep that student's heart wide open at this time. As curiosities arise, indulge them, I'm hearing. Wherever that leads you. When those moments arise, those are little nudges from the divine that they're, as they're trying to direct you in the way that you're meant to go. So keep that student spirit bright and engaged, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing, what's funny is I don't always get such long-winded channels coming through single cards, but when it happens, it's for a reason. So I'm hearing to tell you with this imagery here on the Fool. You see how he has all these books? I know it's a little fuzzy here, but he's got all these books. One of these books is dropped and left behind as he's walking faithfully off the cliff, trusting the divine to carry him over to the other side. What I'm hearing with the book on the ground is that you've also done really, really well at unlearning things that no longer serve you, releasing information that no longer applies, I'm hearing as well. You are so good at remaining receptive to new, resonant information rather than clinging to the familiar. And that's another thing that you really ought to celebrate within yourself, because that's not an easy thing for a lot of people to do. People tend to get set in their ways more often than not, right? And, pretty closed off to considering other possibilities, other truths, other realities. And of course, being so closed off, that limits a person, right? That limits a person's experience. And you have you've done beautifully at not falling into that trap. So, again, celebrate that. Take time to honor yourself for that. And also just allow yourself to take a moment or two or 7 to celebrate all that you've been able to let go, just in general, that is no longer aligned with you. People, places, things, concepts. You've done the work again, or is coming through again, friend. You've done the work to evolve, and you are so ready for, again, this sweetness that you're entering into. But with that being said, I feel like there's more that wants to come through here. Dear Divine, are we doing a little more tarot, or are we moving on from that? Yeah, okay. So what else would you like the viewer to receive with regard to this energy, dear Divine? You are more tapped into your truth than you ever have been. 333 on my timer right now. You are more tapped into your truth than you ever have been. I paused for a moment because I heard something that I needed to sit with. I heard the word scripting. As a related aside, some of you may have recently scripted a letter, a you're part of a potential future conversation. Something along those lines is coming through here. The person to whom you have addressed or are addressing this script plays a significant role in this new life that is opening up for you. If that doesn't resonate, it's also possible that there's somebody else out there who has been scripting what they wish to say to you. You know what I think? This isn't going to be, take this with a big grain of salt. Don't make it fit. But I do think that for a significant portion of you, there is somebody from your past who you thought that you had left behind you. This may be somebody who you disappointed or they disappointed you. But anyways, like I was saying, you thought that their part in your life was over. I think you're gonna find that that notion was incorrect in the near future. For some of you, it's time for you all to reunite with this person because they are a soulmate of sorts. Doesn't have to be romantic. Probably isn't romantic for a lot of you. So again, don't... if that rings true in your spirit, great. If you desperately want it to be true, it likely isn't. I'm just gonna, be pretty straightforward about that. But yes, as I was saying, in this new life that you're stepping into, there's something important. There's work that you have to do together, I'm hearing, for a lot of you. And that could be that you're both supporting your own, your mutual continued ascension processes, because I do feel that this other person is very, very spiritually tapped in themselves. Maybe they weren't when you last knew them, I'm hearing, for some of you. Maybe they were, some of you as well, but I think a lot of you, in a lot of your cases, this person has changed as much as you have. But I think you, again, are both meant to support one another's mutual growth, continued healing, and ascension. And also, I think for some of you as well, this person plays a significant role in the work you came to do in this life in general, your life's work. I think a lot of you share a general purpose / set of passions with this person that will manifest in the physical in a really, really powerful way. I just heard the word legacy. Some of you are building a legacy with this person. Take it as it resonates. Okay, wow. What else, dear divine? This energy is intense. In a good way, but intense. Okay, so there's a lot with veiled here. There's definitely a lot. With veiled here, what I'm hearing is that there's a lot happening for you behind the scenes. You're not meant to have all the answers right now. We're never meant to have all the answers at any now moment. But the divine just wants to emphasize this truth that there is a lot of really important stuff happening for you that you're not seeing, or at least not seeing clearly at this time. And just rest assured that what you need to know will be revealed to you in due time. In fact, I think you're going to receive a very pleasant surprise in the near future. Another thing that's coming through that's not related to this card, but everything is relevant when I'm channeling, right? I dropped my phone, as you noticed. I'm hearing with that, allow yourself to be imperfect at this time as you're stepping into this new life. It's really exciting. Whatever this means for you, whatever this new life looks like for you or is beginning to look like for you, you want to show up to it as your best. And that's great. That's a beautiful value. That's a beautiful desire. Yes, do your best. But when anybody is new at anything, well, let me put it this way. Does a baby just crawl out of the womb and start walking? No, right? There's going to be a lot for you to learn in this new era of your life, which is again reflected especially with your Page of Cups and the Fool. Allow yourself to show up fully authentically as you are And do not worry about how you're perceived. Flaws and all. There's something significant about that here. I think you are in this new era. I think a lot of you are going to be entering into rooms that are much bigger than you've ever been in. You're going to be seen, a lot of you, I think, by more eyes that have ever been on you. You're going to be witnessed. And that's another thing that's been coming through a lot lately as well. You're going to be witnessed, and you may trip here and there. I'm hearing, when those moments arise, embrace them with good humor and keep pushing. Because you are so on the right track, and you are in the beginning days of growing into a life that is so much bigger than you ever knew was available to you. So just be patient with yourself, trust the process, let yourself be messy. I mean, strive for embodying grace and responsibility as well. But when messiness happens, let it happen and keep moving, right? Is essentially what I'm hearing here. Okay, so with that being said, though, what else would you like to add to this message, dear Divine? Anything? Yeah, hang on, I'm going to grab another deck. Okay, we're just going to get some closing messages here to see what else the Divine would like you to receive right now with regard to this energy. Dear Divine, in closing, what would you like the viewer to receive with regard to this message at this time? What are the most important and relevant things to this message that you would like them to hear? Oh, God, I'm so happy for you. I just heard the word Easy Street. Hey, by the way, New York is relevant. Is Easy Street a Broadway song? Oh, I might have to look that up. Broadway might be significant for some of you as well. But anyways, Easy Street reminded me of New York, because New York has just been all over my attention, my field of awareness today specifically, which is so unusual. I am nowhere near New York. Same country, but anyhow, I'm digressing and losing my train of thought here. With Hammock, you are definitely stepping into, yes, a lot of new, a lot of exciting motion, forward motion, progress, expansion, evolution, new developments, new connections. You're building upon the foundation that you have created within yourself. So yes, there's going to be work for you to do, and it's going to be busy, I feel, for a lot of you. But it's not going to feel like work, I'm hearing. You are stepping into a life of greater ease. You're not going to have to just scrabble and strive for the bare minimum ever again, I feel like, for a lot of you in the very near future. I also feel like, just generally speaking, you are entering into a new life in which you are going to just be feeling like peace as your baseline. And I think a lot of you have already been experiencing that more consistently than ever over these last few days, I'm hearing. But yeah, again, you're stepping into a truly, truly magical and beautiful season of your life. I'm also hearing with the Hammock, again, like I said earlier, don't push yourself right now. You are still, again, integrating and releasing a lot. And I think the meaning of this is bigger than you realize. If you have been feeling lately frustrated at the fact that you're not able to be as productive as you would like to be or feel like you need to be, just consider being kinder and more patient with yourself at this time, because there's a lot happening within you energetically that your consciousness isn't fully aware of. Basically, in the spiritual realm, you're doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. And that does manifest within the body. So just be aware of that. Be gentle with yourself right now is what I'm hearing. What else, dear divine? I could just like keep going with this one. I feel like this has been a longer one. I don't even know how long this is run for, but it'll be interesting to see. All right. Last card. 2 cards? All right. I heard 2, but this one, oh my gosh. Trust your intuition, y'all. Before I even speak on that, I want to get the second one. Hang on. Wait. Where's the second one, dear divine? This one. Okay. Now I have to tell you that with these, this deck is called the Tea Leaves deck. Oftentimes the subtext below the imagery does not resonate at all with what the imagery is telling me intuitively, so I'm going to ignore, in fact, I'm ignoring the text completely on this empty chair card here. But before we transition into that part, let me just get into this. With the eye, trust your intuition, like I said again. I just feel like this is a underlining what we already discussed, emphasizing what we already discussed with this spread here with regard to your intuition, clarifying, like crystallizing, I just heard as well. Interesting. You know what you know, so allow yourself to accept that. I'm hearing for some of you, if there's still any trace of like lingering like self-doubt with regard to your intuition, I think if this message is for you, you are definitely in the process of releasing self-doubt. If there's any of that left within you at all. But yeah, this is just confirming again. Your intuition is very, very on point. More so than ever. Now, with this card here, I heard the word throne when I looked at this image. It's a fancy chair, right? I really do feel like you are claiming your throne in this new season of your life. I really do. I know who I'm speaking to. You are divine royalty. You are, again, one of the 144,000 here to do really, really important work in the interest of supporting the birthing of the new earth. And trust your own inner authority first and foremost as you continue to move forward. Continue to embrace and embody your sovereignty. If only, I'm hearing, if only you could go back to the you from 5 years ago and show them how good it eventually gets. Just know that you're making that version of yourself so proud right now. I'm proud of you too. I hope this message helped. If it did, I would love to hear how in the comments. And feel free to shoot me an email if you would like a personal reading or spiritual guidance session for yourself. All right, peace.